In this video I'm going to teach you how you can crochet without having to look. And there are many ways to practice this, and I'm going to show you some different ways. I'm right-handed, so I use my left hand as the guide, and I pinch the stitch with my middle finger and thumb, and I do that in the dent of the stitch. So the stitch has, if you feel along here, you can feel that there are the bumps, and then there's the dent between the bumps. So the bump is the actual stitch, but the dent is where you're actually gonna go in with your hook. So using the fingers as my guide, also when I'm looking, will make me practice to use my sense of touch. As you can see, when I go into the stitch, the hook is touching my middle finger, and that way I know that I'm in the right place. And bringing the yarn through is a lot easier to do without looking. You can try to look while you're doing this, and then close your eyes when you're bringing that through. It's a lot easier to just pull the yarn through. Your hands actually know where to go. Your hook knows where to go. You know, if you try to focus on it, you can actually feel that you have a sense of flow when you crochet. But when you look at your stitches, you don't think, okay, this is the stitch I'm going into. You don't think about what you're gonna do, you're just doing it. And the same with your hands, it's just doing it. Try to notice that you have sort of an inner compass. You have an inner feeling of where to go, almost like your hands are programmed to do this rhythm. Your hands are programmed to go in this direction, go in this distance, from stitch to stitch. Start looking at other places than the stitch, so just looking maybe at your index finger or your thumb or this hand or the other hand, or just look a little bit behind your crochet, like onto the floor or the table, or that way you use your peripheral vision, so you are not focusing on the crochet. You're still able to see something even though it's a bit blurry. When you practice the peripheral, you can slowly move further and further away from the crochet, from the stitch, and that way you can practice to at one point look completely away. So my camera has a flip screen, so when I look into the screen, I see my crochet from this direction instead of over here. You're looking at it, but you're not looking at it from your regular perspective. Your hands are sensing it, but you just haven't practiced yet. So it's just about practicing and to make it more difficult for yourself, so that you are forced to just allow your hands to do what they do. And I think realizing that your hands and their movement and your eyes and their movement is actually two separate things. It's going to teach you how to be able to crochet without looking.